Always great chatting with my next guest, Dwight Grant, who is back in action against Franciso Triando, coming up here at UFC Fight Night on October 23rd. Dwight, how's it going, man?
Going pretty good. How you doing?
Doing great. Good to see you get an opponent. I know the last opponent was supposed to be Gabe Green. Now Trinaldo. Much of a switch up in terms of preparation?
This is like my third opponent. So like since this fight, since I've agreed on this fight, this is like my third opponent. So it's not much of a change. He's more like the first opponent I had. So it was more like a grappling base. But I think that looking more into it, that this guy Trinaldo's gonna be more of a striking match. So I'm very excited about that.
So who are your two other opponents? So I know it was it was Gabe Green, and then who was the other one I was missing?
Gosh, he won the Ultimate Fighter of Brazil, something Alves.
Okay, gotcha. I'll have to go back and look. But anyways, either way, you got an opponent, which is great. Trinaldo, which is awesome. Before we talk about that, I want to talk about the last fight. You get a win there over Sokolic, I believe that's how you say his name. What was your overall thoughts on that fight? You know, obviously got in the win column, which is great.
Well, I mean, for that one, like I promised on my friends and family like a war, and I felt like I was chasing it, but it didn't come to fruition. Like I did a lot of effort to get hits and land shots, but I felt like because of how he was retreating, I didn't get to implement my game plan the way I wanted to. So from that moment I left that fight, even though I had a little bit of injury, I started researching ways to make fights more interactive, where I forced my opponents into kind of having to deal with me, and honestly, the opponent I have now, Trinaldo, is like the perfect opponent.
Yeah.
Like he's the guy, the kind of fighter I wanted to fight ever since. So this is a great transition.
Your opponent, Trinaldo, doesn't he look a little bit like the dad from last Friday? A little bit.
But I know John Witherspoon very well, man. Like I don't think he looks like John Witherspoon. No way. I can't put that man's image on that guy's face. I'll be fighting all sad, like
You don't think he looks a little bit like him? No.
No, I can't. Maybe after the fight, I'll probably be more receptive to it. But right now, I can't see that at all.
Okay, fair enough.
I love Pops.
Style-wise, he's got a 26-8 record. What do you know about him? How do you feel like you match up against him here?
He's used to compete at 155, and that's why, like, for me, like I've seen him before, but I never thought about fighting him because he's in a weight class. I think he's more of a striking guy. I watched him fight the King of Kung Fu, his last opponent. I watched that fight. I can't remember the name right now for some reason. Muslim Salikov, sorry. And it was a great match. Like he was in it, and he was able to match him a bit in striking. So that had me excited. It wasn't like just him trying to take him down the whole time, which is what people tend to do when they fight a striker. They just throw everything to the wind and reach for the ankles, So like this guy doesn't seem like somebody that would do that. He wants to fight. He has a kickboxing background, a Muay Thai background, and he's also, but it's like he's more striking up front and then like grappling secondary, and I want that kind of fight.
Who have you mainly been working with for this camp as far as training partners?
Oh man, a lot of people. I've been kind of going around, working with Phil Davis to help him for his last fight. Emiliano, training with him. I've been over at Atos, Azteca, all these different places, Alianza, like so many gyms and Game Bread over here introduced also to get training. So I've been training a lot of different people. But my coaching, more and more has been Adam Blair Pride. He's been like, kind of overseeing everything and making sure that like we get everything into a good game plan. Nicholas Piedmont and coming with me to the fight also is going to be Wilson Red. So it's
cool.
Striking, grappling kind of stuff mixed together. We're kind of working with my Kung Fu kind of style to make it more active and able to not just take one shot, make one big shot, but just go for combinations and stuff.
Is this new for you, like in terms of doing so much cross training? I know you've done a bit in the past, but I know home base has usually been Alliance. Have you been doing this much cross training in the past before?
Yes and no. For me, I actually like a physical camp. Just go to the gym. Everybody's there. Go to the second training and go home. But a part of me really does enjoy like going to different places and training with different people. It feels kind of like, I think I much probably said every single interview, but it feels like Ryu and Street Fighter. Like, it feels like I'm going and like pulling together all these different knowledge bases and skills to make something brand new. Because every fight is new. The opponent is new. Even if he's like people I fought before, he's a new person, and I like to hear people's different perspectives on him, on our matchup, and how they would approach it, how they actually approach it, and meld that all together by fight night to make a new approach from me. Because if I fight him like somebody else fought him before, it's gonna be too familiar, and he's gonna do good. You know, I have to fight him like me with my skill set, which I think is a little weird. You know, no, I shouldn't say weird. A little like off. A lot of people don't use jump on kung fu and kali in their striking, so it'll throw them off a bit, and it's gonna make something good. You know, so it's new, but it's kind of familiar. No,
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, no, that makes sense. How do you envision the fight playing out on October 23rd?
I feel it's gonna be honestly a quick fight because I'm coming forward to fight. He's coming forward to fight, and he has like that kind of warrior spirit. You know, like you watch his fights, it's almost like a Pride FC kind of. You know what I mean? Two guys coming in and they want to win and they want to fight. They want to win, but they want to fight. You know, and I feel like he's gonna meet me there. I don't think he's gonna be backing up and trying to look for new angles. I think he's gonna be in my face, and that's what I want. You know, like that's my favorite kind of fight. That's the kind of fight I've been accustomed to even before I got into MMA. So I'm looking forward to having that kind of match, and of course, finish him as quickly as possible.
Yeah, getting out of there. No, that makes sense. Before we go, I got to show the audience your Game Boy that you made, this custom Game Boy. It's awesome. You and I share a love of retro gaming, but you got to check this thing out if you got it there. When did you put this together?
Last night.
There you go. Good timing.
I waited for the parts for the longest, and then I put together one that was just to fix one, just to make sure I didn't mess this one up. You know? So I tried all this stuff. I changed the screens out and stuff like that. But this one that I made last night for me, I made the IPS screen. I think it's the Rift 3 screen, and I used the Clean Juice mod for the battery. And those are my two most important things in the color, because I love blue and purple, blue and gold, and purple and gold. I just want to put that together for that.
There you go. It looks awesome, man. That's great. And this is going to be an awesome fight, man. It's coming up here October 23rd, UFC Fight Night. Dwight, always appreciate the time, man. If there's anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media, I'll give you the last word.
Oh, thanks so much. Thank you to you for always giving this platform to talk about my fights. Also, everybody from Alliance, Azteca, Atos, and Alliance, and Gamebred. Everybody over here in San Diego has been helping me out to get prepared for this fight. And of course, my friends and family, and GFY Gear, because they've been with me since the beginning. And thanks so much to everybody that supports me. And check me out on Dwight Grant MMA on Instagram and Dwight Grant on Twitter.